Okay, people, welcome back to the first, I don't even know what I'm calling this yet. Fwoosh quick shots, Fwoosh rapid fire, Fwoosh ketchup day, Fwoosh mustard day. It's kind of a play day, but themed. I decided to go with a bunch of reissues, reuse, repaints, upgrades. Then I can get it all sorted out. Get rid of the packaging, get the figures where they need to go, on the shelf, in the bin, custom fodder. And these aren't going to be full reviews. It's just going to be a quick look at the differences between what I just opened and what we already had. Because for the most part, I've already done full reviews on most of these figures. That's enough yakking though. Let's get to cracking. I found 3/4 of one of the newer archive waves at Walmart already on clearance. They didn't have C-3PO, but that's okay. I wasn't going to buy him because that's a downgrade because of the articulation, the body that they used. Onward and upward, never back. Or at least stay on the same plateau, you know? The Emperor seems to be a reissue of that Amazon exclusive that came with the throne because the lower half is cloth goods. It doesn't have the plastic holding up the legs, which is good because that thing came and went pretty quick. Have the cane in case you've lost yours, like a certain somebody who's recording this video. I can't find my corresponding head, but just comparing the paints, this one has a bit more whitish dry brush. The archive is a bit more fleshy. I think this was another one of those Amazon heads. If you missed that Amazon, it's a definite upgrade from the original. Look at that scary bastard. Not a lot of difference to Dengar. Same rifle, same pistol, same backpack, although the new one looks darker on this bundled blanket up here, or it just has less dry brush than the original. The figure itself, you almost can't tell the difference. Same paint hits, there's silver wear and tear to the armor on the front. Same thing on the legs. The faces may be slightly different, and when I first saw this at Walmart, I thought, well, they put more red to the scar here. Nope, that was on the original too. The skin tone on the new one is just a bit more reddish. It has a bit more color to it. Not an upgrade, but if you missed out on Dengar the first time, then here you go. For Skiff Guard Lando, same pike, but it seems a little more silver. Well, okay, never mind. It may just be how the light's hitting it. It's weird. On the new one, this overlay seems glossier than the old one. And the brown on the boots may be slightly darker, while the midsection may be a tad lighter. Again, it comes down to the heads, and for some reason, I like the archive better. Once again, the skin tone feels slightly more natural. The eyes blend in with the overall look. Don't get me wrong. The photo reel on the original is fantastic, but now that I have these side by side, the eyes pop out at me. On my original, the paint on the hairline missed. It came down onto the skin. The archive I just picked up is much better right there. And I don't know if they've purposely changed the helmet or if my old one was warped a little, but it looks like the mask part is higher up towards the helmet. On my original, I'd put the helmet on and you can see most of Lando's face, plus it had a looseness to it. The new one is tight, especially right here. You almost have to kind of force it down and get it in position. Next, the last couple of GameStop exclusives. They're gaming greats. There's the Imperial Senate Guard and the Nightbrother Archer. It has this staff with a lightsaber attachment up on top that plugs in. Is that going to be solid? Oh yeah, that's actually not bad. And then for the Senate Guard, that goes on the floor. Carpet Monster's having a field day. That thing is gone. It is the Imperial Royal Guard, just in blue and without the cloth goods. I do like that the belt is black, silver belt buckle, blue codpiece, whereas the Royal Guard is just all red, but at the same time, I think we got a blue guard in that exclusive 4-pack. Had a different helmet though. This weapon was in there too, if I remember right. But I do like this color scheme with this style of helmet for no reason. For the Nightbrother Archer, it appropriately uses the previous Nightbrother, which itself was a reuse of the comic book shirtless Darth Maul, just with a new overlay down low and a new head. Same head sculpt here, and yeah, they're sticking with that asymmetry of the face tattoos. It's obviously curving this way, and it's the same on the new one. Actually, it's worse. On the first one, the eyes looked even all the way across. On this new one, there's a which I guess gives it kind of a wild and crazy look, which I am not making excuses for it. This obviously needs to be symmetrical, or at least closer to symmetrical. But here, I'm okay with it looking kind of For some reason I expected redder skin too, or at least a bit more red tone. This comes off as chewed bubblegum. But the overall look does fit the game, and there's also, you know, his new bow. I love that they integrated a double-bladed lightsaber into the design. Can't really draw it back. It's fairly stiff, and the grip is small for the hand, but it doesn't fall out. I guess it looks okay in a neutral position, just standing there waiting to shoot at something. And then to finish off Star Wars, I finally got in the reissues of Rogue One, Cassian Andor, and Jyn Erso. I can already see in the package, those are definitely upgrades. So much better than the old ones. I believe this version of Cassian was only available in a 3-pack of some kind. Was that at Target? The jacket, the pants, the non-winter look. Comparing the bodies, there's no difference. Looks like the same color, same sculpt, same everything. It's not until you do this that you go, oh, well, this is the new one, this is the old one. Just look at the difference Photoreal makes. It's the same sculpt, but, oh, so much better. Is that some skin tone going up onto the hair right there, or is that a blonde tip? Plus, he still comes with his blaster that you can add the end and then put on the stock. I love this thing. Unfortunately, at that time, besides face paints being downright terrible, the elbow range wasn't the greatest, so... And wrong hinge on a trigger finger hand. So it's not the most comfortable grip. For Jyn, though, we saw 2, 3, 4 releases of this, and every one of them had that face paint that was just... This is from that 3-pack, and this is the single release because I stole the scarf to give to Jessica Jones. They're both pretty bad. The new one's miles ahead of the old ones. Looks like the silver on the zipper has more shiny to it. That's the same for those little clasps down at the bottom of the jacket. Otherwise, the same, but you get to hear, get out of here, get out of here. Hello, Jyn. I don't remember the scarf being this hard to get off, though. Almost looks like they're using the original skin paint for the... They are. So it looks a bit more pale and flat compared to the new face. Guess they were counting on leaving this on, but there you go. Oh, man, yeah. And she also comes with her blaster, beautiful silver on there. And there's an up and down hinge on the wrist. Upgrades are built on hope. Moving on to some legends, I've had the Pulse exclusive Invisible Woman for a while. And I thought, well, I could break this open today because this is meant for that. Oh, I forgot you can't do that. And this works. The problem with clear plastic a lot of the time is that you can see the inner workings. See the joints at the hips and then the pins going in at the elbows and the center of the torso, which I think is neat because I'm into the engineering, so I can see how everything is put together without actually taking it apart. But this is meant to be Invisible Sue, and in that aspect, I can see the blue. Oh man, look how clear that is back here. But you can also see... Is that a number on the inside? Is that a backwards 2? It comes off as just Invisible Woman, not the character, but an Invisible Woman, because it's not blatantly Fantastic Four. If there was the symbol sculpted right there, it'd go a long way. But then again, old school, it was just a 4 on the costume. It wasn't like a badge or something, raised edges. So I get that, but that would have been neat on here. The big problem with Sue was the face paint and kind of the sculpt. It seems flat, and the ear is really far back there. But I've seen repaints of this that are pretty damn nice. I didn't want to go through that trouble, that's why I ordered the Invisible Sue. And I was about to say, but this is just going to get lost on the shelf. At the same time, that's kind of the effect they're going for. Can I do this? Oh, I can. That's interesting. You can see the white peg and neck through the head. Then she still comes with the invisible shield. Oh, I can't decide. Do I want the invisible body or the... I am liking this quite a bit. Let's not stop there with Legends. Let's also take a quick look at this 20th anniversary Marvel Legends Hulk that I got from Dorkside Toys. That's kind of neat. Alternate fists. We've seen this body a couple of times. I don't think I have every iteration, but this is the one I have on hand. And the greens aren't as different as I thought they were. This one has more yellow to it. And then a different shade of purple for the pants. But on the 20th anniversary one here, they did a paint job where at a distance, it looks like ripped denim. Something I didn't realize, I guess, with the original, it does have an edge sculpted to it here, like there's little torn parts hanging down. They just highlighted that with paint this time. The big difference though is the new head sculpts for this release. Very classic feeling with the hair laying down on top of it, the open mouth, just how angry it seems. I think it's missing the highlight paint from the body, so it seems a bit darker when you're looking at it side by side, which you can't help because that's where a head goes on a body, right on top of it. Then I got closer and I noticed that the white of the teeth, it bleeds down onto the gums. Check out the bloodshot eyes. That's pretty sweet. In the promo pics, I didn't think I'd like this. It looked very flat, like it was photoshopped on there. But now that I have it in person, it still has that flatness this way. But being able to see it from all angles, I like it a lot better. Not a huge fan of the screaming faces, thankfully. it came with this alternate head behind the camera strength. And it's a little bit more subdued, but he's also gonna stomp your ass into the ground. Not as much gum showing. The eyes aren't near as bloodshot. Nice highlight to the hair too. I thought this one was gonna stay on my Avengers shelf for a long, long time. Now that I have this face here, I think the new one just overtook it. Oh, and I still wish there was forward butterflies. I know that would cut into the pecs there, but I want some forward-reaching action. Cue that music. Can't do that. Add some angry stance to it. I'm really liking this, even though I've messed with this body a few times. And then finally finish it up with some G.I. Joe, because this is what brought on this jaunt through repaint land. Hasbro sent me a goodie box a few weeks ago, and it had the Python Patrol Viper, and then the Retro Collection Baroness. The Viper being exclusive and Python Patrol, it's essentially a repaint of the standard Viper, which was also exclusive, wasn't it? Same rifle, same pistol, same backpack, same goggles, missing the bandana neckerchief thing. Different picture on the back though, because it's Python Patrol. Got to throw some yellows and grays in there. Red lenses on the goggles. And again, there's your yellows and grays. I love the base sculpt of a Viper. It just looks like an excellent troop builder. And then adding different troops to that, that's cool because there's different, squads and stuff. The tampo there, nice and clean. Make it a little rough at the sculpt, but it still works. I love that this is a lighter gray here. It kind of accentuates the Cobra logo. Yellow's a little messy though. Gloppy. Gloopy? What am I looking for here? It had to be on there thick, I guess. Oh, and it's messy in places too. Kind of wish that Cobra logo on the belt buckle was red. But I do like they kept some skin tone up at the neck, which is a separate piece, so that'd be easy to do. Just gives it a little human factor. There's somebody under there. Oh, and apparently that neck is turned a bit. Let's try to get it into position. Overall, another trooper, but I'm here for Baroness. One, it makes the figure more classic. Two, this retro carding, The card is thin, floppy. If you're a mint collector, oh, I don't envy you. The file card. Who's those Pokemon? But I'm not a mint collector. Let's see what happens. I have a shiny Cobra stand. This rifle, I think we've seen a couple times. A sniper of some sort. And then two of the tried and true pistols of this line. Her glasses with clear lenses and everything. And it's cool that they made them removable, but they weren't really meant to be removable. She still has the peg holes in the side of her face. It does give us a look at the print job on the eyes, and man, that's awesome. But let's go ahead and put these on. It's nice and snug too. That's what I was kind of worried about. Them being separate, I thought, if this falls off the shelf, those are gone. They will stay in there. Not as much difference as I thought there would be. The glossy blacks, a bit more glossy. The retro is missing the gray bodysuit accents. They also left the belt buckle black. That's one of those things, every time I see a Cobra logo, I expect it to be silver or red. Nothing different at the legs. Again, may reflect light just a bit more. Again, with the Cobra logo on the bracer. Same time, that's pretty messy right there. Looks like it missed on the Target version. We get more natural color to the weapons this time around. And like the Star Wars figures earlier, a bit more color to the face. Also took the gold tips off the glasses, which makes it less librarian. They're the same shape. It still has that part where it's supposed to be painted gold. It's just not sticking out at you like this one. Also, the eyes on the retro is a bit more prominent than this one. It almost looks like these lenses are thicker, making her eyes bigger, but they're actually painted that way. Not a huge difference, which is good because if you just want the Baroness figure, and you're okay with this one, you don't need this one. But if you like the nostalgia tug of the retro packaging or miss this one, here you go. So at the end of the day, oh, it's good to get some figures out of packages. Again, this was just a bunch of figures that I had laying around that they didn't really require full reviews, They're mostly repaints with, oh man. Oh, well, Hulk had a few new parts. New sculpt. Who had new sculpt? None of you, huh? But there's some definite upgrades here. Cassian's head, so much better. Same for Jen. I like Baroness's skin tone better. And I like Sue's lack of skin tone better. The Viper's gaudy, but I love it. Oh, there's another new sculpted part. And then adding to the Nightbrothers is pretty neat too. I guess the Senate Guard's a different character. The Hulk I've been holding off for a little bit, thinking there's no way he's taking the place of the one I have up there, but I'll be damned. And then for Dengar and the Emperor and Lando, these are good if you missed the first time because they're essentially just re-releases. So take that as you will. Like I said, I've done full reviews on the first issues of a lot of these figures. So if you need more in-depth, I'll try to link all those in the description. If not, just search for, and they'll pop up. If you enjoyed Fwoosh's catch-up day, comment, like, subscribe. Much love to the plus. If you're interested in seeing videos early or in a position to help out the channel, patreon.com. Wherever you may be watching this, I'll always catch you on the Fwoosh. I'm also loving the light on Hulk. Those eyes kind of peering out of slight darkness. Well, okay, I really love this Baroness, but I caught myself off guard liking Hulk the most. Maybe because of the new face sculpt, maybe because it's something different besides paint.